Hi there, it's Lori Dake again with Cal Realty, your Illinois licensed broker. My number is 773-697-4474, and my website is loridake.com. That's spelled Loridake.com. So, before we get into today's discussion, which is mostly about how to make a potato salad that will get put on the table, I promise you, I just want to remind you that in Illinois, real estate's deemed essential. I'm working, I've got listings up. Check out my website, share it with friends and family, see if anybody's interested in what I have. Otherwise, I do residential sales and leasing, so I can always try to show you something else, okay? So let's get into it. First thing is, it is Memorial Day weekend. I know a lot of things have gotten canceled. Maryland Death Fest got canceled. Grandma's barbecue got canceled, I know. Uncle Ricky's barbecue got canceled too. Yeah, well, but if you're having a small gathering, that's why I'm showing you how to do this, and it's also to keep in mind for maybe 4th of July. Also, things are opening up in Illinois, not quite as much as in Wisconsin and Indiana, and definitely not as much as places like Texas and Georgia, and Chicago is not quite opening up as much as the rest of the state. So, before you head out, check it out, all right? Go online, see what is and what isn't. Like they used to say in the old commercial, phone first. So, but, you know, I know we're all itching to get out there. And business owners especially, they appreciate your business more than ever. So, you know, and that's one of the things too, is I like to remind folks that Memorial Day is more than barbecues and things. It is about people that have given everything just so that we have the things we have. This year maybe it's more poignant than ever because it's not just about our troops, but I'm going to include all of our first responders, and that's everybody, including the folks at the grocery stores, folks that are delivering food, folks that are driving trucks, mechanics, everybody. You know, I do thank all of you. So, with that said, Memorial Day is not complete without some kind of a barbecue. And what's on every barbecue is some kind of potato salad. We're going to go with an American potato salad that I've honed through the years, especially for our son Ryan. He's rather particular on his potato salad, and I always made sure that he approved. So, first thing we're going to do is wash your hands. And what do? 20 seconds. So don't forget to get in there. Make sure everything's clean, especially these days if you're serving food. What they do suggest is don't be giving out chips in a regular bowl. Have either one person serving, or if everyone's going to be serving, maybe grab a napkin before you grab tongs or something like that. If it's not your own household, you know, maybe you do want to wear a mask if you're not quite that close. But you know what? We still got to live, right? So I'm willing to meet folks in the middle, you know, however we got to do it safe. But that's the first thing. Don't forget to wash your hands. And also, if you're handling food, it's just good practice that you have your hair tucked in. That's why I always wear a hat, and that's why I always wear an apron. Mostly this is because I'm just a messy person. I may look like I got myself together, but I'm a messy cook. So, now the first thing I want to tell you about is when it comes to potatoes themselves, there's all different varieties. You can always go with the Yukon Gold. Me, I like to have a mix between the Russets and the red potatoes. Red potatoes, they're the ones that are the boiling potatoes. They got a little bit of firmness to them. The Russets, those are the ones that get fluffy that you use for mashed potatoes. Now, the reason why I use both is because who's ever had nasty, runny potato salad, right? Well, if you use the Russets, they will absorb more, so it's going to keep its texture. Little secret too, when you put out the potato salad, put another bowl in there with some ice in between. That's going to keep it from getting runny, because it's cooking in the sun, and nobody wants that. You don't want to be getting grandma sick, okay? So, as you can see, I'm one of those types of cooks that actually goes more by taste. That's why I got a whole stack of spoons there. And we're going to go along. Here is about 4 cups worth. This is mostly for show for you guys. There were a few left over, so maybe another cup there. I'm going to go by ear. Another thing is, I don't like potato salad that's crunchy. I just think that's weird. So I have in here that's got carrot, green pepper, onion, and some garlic. I took a shortcut with the jarred kind. Now I steamed this for about 10 minutes. As you can see, that's over a cup full. Maybe it's more like 2. Plus I have another that was more than that. So we're going to go, again, by taste. I'm going to an eyeball it and be like, nah, that ain't right. Add some more. That's how I cook, and I have fun with it that way. Another thing is, I like eggs in my potato salad. So we got a couple of chopped hard-boiled eggs there. Now, the way I do it is, when I'm boiling the potatoes, I wait for the water to boil salty as a sea. That way the potatoes have flavor. And I throw in the eggs to hard boil them at the same time as making them. And that's going to be at the same time as making the steam mix. So it's all going to go for about 10 minutes after the water is boiling. And that way it's all going to be cooling off in the sink at about the same time. And basically what I mean cool it off in the sink, that means in a strainer, in an ice bath. Because we want to get that temperature down. You want to get it to stop cooking. And also, it's the quickest way. So I skipped all of that for your sake. So let's get going. We're going to go ahead and throw in the rest of those potatoes there. Now we're going to go ahead and put in all of that and my eggs. Now, because we have red potatoes in there, you want to stir as little as possible, because it's going to turn into glue, all right? So, first thing we're going to do, get that mayo in there. Now, I like creamy potato salad, but I also don't like weird. So we're going to start with about 5 tablespoons. I like both kinds of mustard in there, so a little bit of squeeze there. The Dijon. Whoa! Hello. There. Now, I want you to notice that I do have a lot of dry seasonings. I normally go with a lot of fresh, but man, I tell you what, these days it is just harder and harder to get fresh. So my garden isn't quite there yet, so I'm doing what I can. Here's one of my secrets. I usually use lemon juice. I'm out of lemon juice. We're going with lime juice. Just a little splash. I think lime juice tastes a little better too. Now, we already have garlic in there. We're going to save the powdered garlic for tasting time, just because I'm going to add that as we go along. Paprika, I am not shaking in there. Oh, hell yes. Get that in there. We got some cayenne. This one, ooh, take it a little bit easy until we know what we got going on. So that's about a 1/4 teaspoon. Turmeric. This is another one that you can overdo it. So we're going to stick with about a 1/2 teaspoon to start. Dill. Gotta use the dill. This is a sweet relish. It's not the neon green kind though. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a whole... Oh, crap. Wash that. Teaspoon of that. And now this is the pepper. And a little bit of salt. Right. And like I said, we're gonna try and stir as little as possible, just because we don't want to overdo the stirring, because then we're gonna go less fluffy and more gluey. Yeah. And once we get this stirred up really well, then we're gonna start with the tasting. Now I can already tell that this is not creamy enough. So we're going to stir it a little bit more and actually see what we need. Now because I use things like the lemon juice and the pickle relish, that added moisture. So we really do want to mind how much we're mashing in the potato a little bit, because we do want to absorb some of that moisture, because otherwise we're going to have runny potato salad and we will not be asked to make it next year. All right. Definitely needs more of this. It looks like I'm going to have just enough to make up. My husband is going to be mad at me because he loves this mayo. And I'm using it all up. It's got the right amount of tang, but it does need more garlic. So we're going to go ahead. You can tell I don't use powdered garlic very often. Down the potato a little bit so we're not biting into chunks of potato, but that's why it's really important when you're boiling the potatoes that you make the water as salty as a sea, because even if you do have whole potato bite, it will taste good and it won't be like and it's getting mashed just by me stirring. So. Okay. New spoon. We don't need the rest of these vegetables, so that's cool. I do think it needs more parsley. And got a little secret ingredient here. Lawry's. The regular salt just ain't cutting it. And one more time after that. I'm still getting a feel for the heat, because you got to remember somebody's grandkid's going to be eating this, so you don't want to get too hot. But hey, if everybody's cool with the heat, have fun with the cayenne, man. Just chuck it in there. Okay, so we're going to go with more heat. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more turmeric. I still don't feel it's salty enough. casing there. And give it a little more tang. And yeah, I'm not seeing enough dill in there. There we go. Now, one of the things to do too is you're gonna want to transfer dishes, because this obviously looks like really sloppy and you don't want that as your presentation. So what you do is, if you have two of the same bowls, that's great, like I do, and I would take this, transfer it into another bowl so it's a nice presentation, and I'd wash this one, but I would put this one down with ice right before serving and then stack it. That way I'm keeping the cold, and you can even, you know, wrap it up in some tin foil at the bottom, trying to retain it. Now you see how the potatoes aren't as lumpy anymore? That's because the russets are doing their job. And it's taking in the extra moisture. It's not runny. It's holding a nice consistency. Now if I really wanted to, I could add more of the vegetables, but honestly, I just made too many, and guess what? I'll just save that for a soup. No problem. One more taste. I think this is going to be it. Yep. So, like I said, you can make it, oh, it's got the right amount of heat too. So, if you have any questions, let me know. I can certainly share a recipe. And if you are needing my help with anything else, even if it's not real estate related, please feel free to give me a call, 773-697-4474. Thanks, and take care, and have a very special